In this week's project, I'm going to show you how to make an awesome LED bracelet. This is a great project for anyone getting started with electronics and 3D printing. The enclosure is 3D printed in material that diffuses the LEDs and holds all of the electronics. It uses NeoPixel LEDs, which can be programmed to display just about any color and all sorts of amazing animations. I used these parts to build the project. You can get the full list of components linked below. You'll need to 3D print the enclosure using a translucent material so the LEDs can shine through. The parts were designed to fit all of the components, and the files are free to download and modify. If you don't have access to a 3D printer, you could try using a service to 3D print them for you. We'll also need the following supplies to help build this project. First, we'll need to measure the NeoPixel strip and cut them down to size so they can be fitted into the enclosure. NeoPixel strips are designed to be cut so we can create custom size strips. Then we'll cut pieces of wire to connect each of the LED strips together. We'll connect the NeoPixel strips together using the pieces of wire. Each wire will connect to the 3 pads on the end of each strip. Each strip connects from data in to data out, following the direction of the arrow labeled on the Flex PCB. We'll create a 4x5 LED matrix which has a total of 20 NeoPixel LEDs. Next, we'll measure another set of wires to connect the LED strips to the Adafruit trinket. We'll need to solder each wire to the 3 pads on the pixel with the first data in connection. The wires are threaded through a cutout in the enclosure and pulled all the way so the strips can be fitted inside. Wedge all of the strips into the enclosure and position them so the pixels in each strip line up with each other. Then, place the cover over the top and press to snap on the cover. Insert the wiring through the second half of the bracelet and fit the 2 pieces together. We'll use a piece of metal core wire from a paperclip and cut it down to size to form a pin for the hinge. The hinge will allow the 2 halves to easily open and close. Next, we'll build a slide switch adapter for the battery. The 2 wires from this JST plug will connect to the switch so we can power the circuit on and off. Strip and tin the 2 wires and solder them to the leads on the slide switch. We'll connect the ground pad on the back of the trinket to the black wire and the positive pad to the red wire. Then we can connect the 3 wires from the NeoPixels to the Adafruit trinket. We can now fit all of the components into the enclosure. Then secure the trinket and switch to the cutouts. This gives us access to the USB port on the trinket for reprogramming. The slide switch is also easy to get to. Finally, we can install the battery and connect it to the JST connector on the trinket. The excess wire can neatly be fitted inside the enclosure. With all the components installed, we can now fit the cover on top. These neodymium magnets are perfect for this project because they're small and really strong. They're diametrically magnetized so we can install them upright. We can use a Sharpie to mark the polarities so we can reference them while installing them into the enclosure. The magnets snap into the cavities on the edge of the 2 halves. The 2 halves snap together nicely and produce a satisfying click. Connect a USB cable to upload the demo sketch, which you can find in the learning tutorial linked below. And now we can wear it over our wrist and flip the switch to try it on. The NeoPixel LEDs are super bright and they can be controlled via the set brightness function. This was a fun project to build and the circuit can be modified to make all sorts of wearables. Hey, if you like this project idea, be sure to let us know by giving it a thumbs up. And for more projects, be sure to check out our playlist linked in the cards. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribe for weekly projects from Adafruit.